Should be a good spot to rest. Do we even stand a chance? Burn away! It broke through! Crumble! Dodge this! How's that? Crumble! Crumble! How's that? Dodge this! Take that! There! How's that? Dodge this!
Are those ships over there? And those designs, they're of Norman make, aren't they?
Nice try! How's this? How's this? How's this? How's that? It broke through! Crumble! Crumble! No chance! How's that? Burn a blaze! How's that? That's close!
Dodge this!
How's this?
Blood is boiling!
How's this? What's this? How's that? You?
Pathetic!
No chance! Dodge this! How's this? How's this?
Off. Might want to mana sense around.
There's so many! You?
Looks like that cannon still works. You know what that means.
Looks valuable.
Ha! Bullseye! We can keep going now!
Most impressive, you two. looks valuable. Monosense might come in handy here. Found something!
And we're off! Burn a blaze! Burn away! How's that? Crumble! Shatter! To bit! Too easy! How's this? How's this? How's this? How's that? How's this? Too easy! Slow to play!
I think there's something around here. Didn't expect this here! Wait there, Karja!
Something's off. Might want to monosense around.
Switch! How's that? Fly ball!
Switch out!
Switch!
Okay, let's get back to it. Let's catch our breath. We should get out of here!
Looping! How's that? Fertile blaze!
How's this?
How's that?
How's that? How's this? How's this? Shatter! To this! That was close!
Dodge this!
Take that! Shatter! To this! How's this?
The aurora. Not sure why. But seeing it gives me this lonely sense of longing.
Perhaps this is how the lost Norman homeland once looked. No doubt you felt just the same.
How's that? Fertile blaze! Too easy! Dodge this! How's that? Fertile blaze!
Take this! It goes through! How's this? Don't hit! Crumble! Don't hit! Looks valuable. Let's make tracks. And raw. Fertile blaze! Too easy!
Catch me!
How's that?
Dodge this!
Take this!
Switch! sure something's around here. Huh. Didn't expect this here. Yeah! Here I go!
Where'd they go? Nice breeze! A treasure chest! Looks valuable! And raw! Make tracks! No chance! Nice try! How's that? Blaze! How's that? Crumble! Shield brothers, together!
Burn a blaze!
Monosynths might come in handy here.
Mana! In raw! Here goes!
Shield gathering together!
Form up! How's this? How's this? How's this? How's this? No chance! How's that? Crumble!
Let's get this rolling!
Crumble! How's that? Let's make tracks!
Shield gathering together!
How's that? Crumble! 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 How's that?
Nice try!
Too easy! Team up! Fire in the hole! How's this? Shatter! This! That was close! Crumble! Crumble!
Dodge this!
Take that!
Dodge this!
Take that! No chance! Crumble!
Dodge this! Pathetic! Shield gathering together!
Crumble!
Check out that door. This is the end, no matter what lies beyond. We've got nothing to fear. Let's go, Adol.
Ah, you've arrived at last. This place is vaguely reminiscent of my homeland. Winters longer than I could hope to fathom. Summers that pass in the wink of an eye. The fleeting skies of the latter were much the same as the one we see above us. Ho, ho, ho! Quick on the uptake as ever.
This the old-timer, Adol?
As I thought, it truly is you. Rollo, my dear husband.
Huh?
LILA, how long has it been? You've suffered in countless ways on my account, and to top it off, I've grown gray and decrepit with age. I was convinced I lacked the dignity to so much as look you in the eye.
Don't be ridiculous. All this time, I assumed you were no longer of this world.
Rollo? The Rollo? You saw this coming? He'd have to be at least 100 years old.
Over 140 or so, in fact, though I've long ceased keeping count. It was my unfinished business that stopped me from shuffling off this mortal coil.
Unfinished business? Actually, that reminds me. Why did you disappear after the Griegr laid waste to your country?
The Griegr? Ah, yes. You speak of the malevolent beings born of the Sea King's throne.
Pardon? Where did you get that idea?
So, you never noticed either, LILA. From here, one can witness the state of the world for what it is. The true nature of the Sea King's throne is that of the latent power within the unconscious minds of man. In particular, humanity's innate ability to forge the world around them. Take a moment to contemplate. The world, as humans know it, exists by way of human thoughts and emotions. Therefore, it is the perceptions of the people in any given time and place that compose the world. Should the world ever change, it is because the hearts and minds of man have changed.
I guess that makes some amount of sense.
But then what need was there to prepare a physical throne?
That is where my understanding ends. Perhaps the gods thought to provide man a means by which to realize his own gifts. The throne that crumbled to dust, I'd wager, was nothing more than a simple armchair.
A mere chair? If that is indeed the case, why do you say it was the throne that brought forth the Griegr?
Those who reside in the lands of Obelia Gulf are pervaded by a deep-seated conception that by no means can they effect change, or that by no means do they wish to. It is those human sentiments that comprise the deathless Griegr in their purest form.
The Griegr are caused by man?
And those feelings of being unable to change things, or having no desire to, that's what keeps him from dying?
Yes, this was as present in the nation I founded as it is in the present age. In times of peace, man wishes for his tranquil days to last in perpetuity. Conversely, in times of strife, he elects to avert his eyes and weather the storm. Although he possesses the power to forge the world, he corners himself into stagnation. Such individuals are the ones who unconsciously give rise to the Griegr.
Does that go for the trident too?
Yes, they are fundamentally the same, albeit somewhat different in origin. From the very beginning, my mother had been incapable of bearing a child. Having married into the house of the Jarl, however, failure to provide an heir would not be brooked. In her desperation, my mother called upon Lotto in prayer, and at last I was conceived.
Wait, Lotto?
It is the name of a god considered to be a maverick.
I was always taught never to pray to Loto.
That is because Loto is a god who engenders chaos. Some rumors even hold that it was he who drove the Normans out of their homeland.
What?
That said, there are times chaos can bring about weal just as much as it does woe. Thus do people continue to implore his aid, as had been done in eras past. It is for this reason that he is disparaged by other gods as a divine evil.
Quite so. In response to my mother's pleas, Loto implanted 3 malices into her womb. Such is the story of how I was born.
That's just...
Upon first learning of this, I resented my mother. But in retrospect, I am grateful. After all, she had been willing to go to such lengths to wish for my birth. And then, we have LILA, who awakened my inner self slumbering within the depths of my subconscious.
Rollo.
It must be acknowledged, however, that this very act is what brought about the great calamity in all of its tragedy. I am of a mind to put an end to these malices with which I am one. And quashing malice born of humanity necessitates humans of equal strength.
You wouldn't. You mustn't.
Trident, return to me. I stand before you as your true liege and master.
Stop this! The malice! No! No!
Oh, nearly lost myself there.
Rollo?
Those devils could not be vanquished at the time of the Great Calamity. I had my reasons, you see, for whiling my days away in Bivrost, the collective unconscious of humankind. My aim was to devitalize the malices bit by bit, and at the same time...
I'm getting a vision in my head.
Those who not only confront the malice born of their unconscious, but prevail against it. It is with their futures that I cast my lot.
Did Gren just...
Conquering malice requires the strength of will and mind to envision what you aspire to, and be certain you will realize it. The key lies not in cold calculations, but rather the courage to believe in oneself, even in the absence of rational grounds. Adol, that blade you have come to acquire, the Haim's Kringla. It embodies the very courage you and your companions have gained over the course of your journey. Adol, Karja, now is the time for you to strike me down! It is. All was in service of this moment.
You're on. But on one condition.
What might that be?
LILA, you play for his side.
What?
There, Gramps. This round, you and LILA get to fight as a team.
Adol. Karja.
Hell's bells! Ha! I couldn't ask for anything better! Lucky for me, the ones who made it to this isle were two stout young souls like yourselves. LILA.
Yes.
So that's your true form. A mermaid.
Adol. Karja. Thank you both.
We're really in for it now, huh? You won't go holding that against me, right?
Not a bit.
Here it is. The point our journey's been leading up to. This is one fight we can't afford to lose. Let's go, shield brother!
Conquer the malice of this world!
You shall engage me in
It broke through!
How's this?
Run this up the side!
Take this!
Think that after a century, we'd be standing shoulder to shoulder like this. Sorry for what happened all that time ago, LILA.
You needn't give it a second thought, my love. Adol, Karja. The two of us will come at you with every fiber of our beings.
All the more worth it! Right, Adol? Trouble! How's this? Nice try! How's this? Shatter! To bit!
That was close. What?
How's this? Trouble! Nice try! How's this? Think again! Trouble!
It broke through!
Trouble! No chance! How's that? Trouble! Switch!
It broke through!
Trouble!
all right, my love?
I'm managing to retain control of myself. As to you, that alone, however, will not be enough to stop Rollo of the Bloody Sea. As expected, our only resort is for these two to prevail.
You see, we've got even more left to give. By us. We're in this till the end. Not a chance.
Incredible.
Very amusing, Adol, Karja. To think that a lifetime spent tossed about by the whims of fate could end with an encounter against ones of your caliber. Harby. No, I'd go so far as to say Loto be praised. Now where were we? Let us make this a clash for the ages, my young, hopeful brethren!
How's that?
There, all good to go.
All right, let's move.
Yes, my love.
Take this! Take this!
Switch out!
Nowhere to run!
Dodge this! How's this?
Switch!
Blood is boiling! The power of boil!
Excellent strike!
Heed my summons! Dodge this!
Take this! Together as one!
How's this?
No chance! Together as one!
Dodge this! How's this? How's this?
On this upper side! Here I come! The patient with you!
Crumble! Dodge this! How's this? Flee for your life!
How's that?
On this upper side!
Crumble!
Switch!
No escape! No brain has ever escaped my grasp alive!
There! Good as new!
Crumble!
Gather to me! How's this? No escape! Dodge this!
On this upper side!
How's this?
How's that? Think again!
Switch!
Crumble! Take this!
He fell short of the final strike! Pathetic!
On this upper side!
Let's try!
Dodge this!
Dodge this! How's this? Dodge this!
No brain has ever escaped my grasp alive!
Let's get this done! Let's get
This goes through!
Dodge this!
Take this! Switch!
On this upper side!
Think again!
How's this?
On this upper side!
Together as one! Nice try!
No escape!
Dodge this!
Think again!
Dodge this!
Take this!
How's this? How's this?
Try this upper side!
Go time!
How's this? Phew! I'm cured!
Crumble!
How's this? How's this?
Coming to him! How's that? Got this! That's close! Take this! How's this? Nice drop! Trouble! How's this? Take this! Eat my stomach! Trouble! Switch! Here we go, Adol! Dodge this! Take this! Trouble! Shatter! To bits!
Get over it and never escape my grasp alive!
Dodge this!
We go!
Yes! Left!
There's nowhere to run!
Heed my summons! Trouble! Not a chance! How's this? Go through! What? Here we go! How's this? How's this? How's this?
You've done it. At last.
Is it over?
Karja. Adol. Thank you.
Mom?
Elena. Could it be that her resolve materialized into those shackles through...
Her own doing, yes. By way of the world-forging gift all humans innately possess. There is yet more to her strength of will and mind. In weaving a bond between Karja and Adol, it served as a major guiding force toward this outcome.
It just goes to show. Our journey found support in all shapes and sizes. Adol! Your sword!
That sword was also your latent power. A manifestation of the potential residing in each of you. With its purpose now fulfilled, it has returned to its proper place. For so long, I have bided my time for those who could lay me low. Humans are weak, but it is for this reason that they are yet capable of much and more. Where once I regarded this quality with contempt, in the end, I do so in admiration.
Rams.
Well, Adol, what say we conclude by revealing the answer? The contents of that emptied chest were my greatest treasure. I trust that you recall my saying this as well as the riddle I posed. That sword you were wielding, the Heimskringla, embodied your respective potentials. my greatest treasure, is none other than you. You are the promise this world holds.
Rollo.
Oh. It would appear that they've finally come to whisk this old man away. The time we spent on this isle together, Adol, was nothing short of irreplaceable. And Karja, I've caused you such hardship.
Gramps.
Well, naturally. I'm already 100 and... what was it again?
143 years old, my love.
Ah, yes. How could I forget? Fret not, even should we part. Our bonds endure.
Are you all right?
Thank you, LILA, for letting me make the best of my life. At last, I will see for myself what wonders await in Valhalla. Adol, Karja, remember these words well. Humans can forge the world. Of this much, I am certain.
Rollo? My dearest. If you please.
Great King Rollo, founder of Norgard, go with the love and grace of the gods.
The gods, huh? Makes you wonder how Rollo felt about being at their mercy.
Not too thrilled if I had to guess.
Or something Adol just can't go without. So I don't think tying him down will do him any favors. Not being joined at the wrist anymore will take some adjusting to. But I think this is what my mom was getting at when she let us out of her cuffs.
By that token, one could see this as your liberation as well. Now is your chance to take life by the reins, as Ilina might say.
Yeah, that's why I'm working out some plans of my own.
I see. More farewells are coming down the line, then.
Aye, but let's not start a pity party about it. Well, Adol, you're headed to Karnak first, right? Let me give you a ride. I've got some business there myself. For all of Gren and the townsfolk's efforts, they've still got a ways to go on rebuilding. Yeah, This is nothing compared to what they've already accomplished. It shouldn't be long before the passenger liner makes port. Best you join up with Dogi and Dr. Flare and shove off. That's so. Well, how's this then? Ditch the liner, and I'll take you as close to your destination as I can on the Sandras. That way, you won't have to keep to any schedules. Look, I'm the one offering, so don't think twice about it. Now get a move on, will ya? I'll be right here waiting.
We can't go through here.
That's that then. The torch is yours from here on out.
Sure thing. Consider it a promise.
To make sure my little brother doesn't bite off more than he can chew while I'm not watching. I'll be counting on Dogi to keep an eye out in my stead. Can't just let a lodestone for trouble like you stumble from one scrape into another alone.
I'm no Norman, though, so this won't be another Shield Brethren situation.
It's certainly true that Adol might benefit from having someone of that nature along. A partner who can both encourage and admonish him as the situation demands.
Karja and the doc here could use some babysitting themselves, if you ask me.
Right then. If there's nothing else that needs taken care of, let's hoist the sails and put to sea.
Fare thee well, Karnak.
I'd very much like to return in the future, after they've fully rebuilt.
Hey, Adol. About where I'm dropping you off. Kaznan's inland from the Celcetan coast, so there's no harbor in the area. That means we'll have to shoot for the passenger liner's port of call.
Ahoy!
Was that? Those guys. Seems like every one of them's managed to find a new life goal to work toward. Not as amazing as a certain someone. I'm like them, you know? That talk with my mom back on the Ark gave me a goal of my own. To scour the seas for a place where we Normans can build a new home. To take my turn carrying on the dream she and so many others stood for. That's nobody's choice but mine, of course. Sure, it'll mean rough waters ahead of me, but seeing Rollo, the life that old-timer led, it spurred me on. Thanks. Adol? Decades from now, when I'm an old woman and you're an old man, no matter how much time goes by, we'll still be shield brother and shield sister. If you're in a fix, I'll rush to the rescue sure as the sun. So, whenever it comes to mind, even if it's only once in a while, come pay me a visit, okay?